Let's say you are working as a Power App developer in one IT company and you want to display data in gallery control and you want to see this data like that. And here you will see the detailed information of the employee. And when you click on delete, one pop-up button or you can say one dialog box will open that will ask that click on OK to delete, otherwise click on cancel. Here OK means delete. So if I click on delete, then this data will be deleted from the data source, and here you will see the data is deleted from the gallery control as well as from the database. If you again click on any other and if you click on back, then it will come back. So how you can make dialog box in Power App? Hi, this is Krupali from KnowHow Academy. I welcome you all to Power App tutorial. Today in this video, you will learn about how to create dialog box control in Power App using Creator Kit component. So without delay, let's get started. So here I have designed one Power App screen which contained the employee information. I have added the Dataverse table of employee data into the Power App. Now what I will do, when I click on the any of the control, the screen will move to the screen 2 and it will display the detailed information of the employee. And here delete and back button is there. So when I click on delete button, the dialog box should pop up. So first of all, you need to understand how to add a dialog box control. So for that, no inbuilt control is there. So we are going to use a Power App Creator Kit, which I have already told you how to install it and how to get the component from it. So for that, you need to go to the insert and click on get more components. And here from the Power App component library, you need to add the dialog control and click on OK. Once you add a dialog control, it will be added under the library component section. So here you can see that under the insert, library component is there and inside that dialog control is there. And here in insert also where library component is there, and below that dialog box is there. So add that dialog control in the screen. Now you can see that whatever you have designed, it is going backside and one control is added which is aligned to at the center of the screen. And you can see that there are two buttons, cancel button and save button and the close button. Close, that is a cross mark which will close that things. So first of all, I need to understand what are the properties of dialog box component. So you click on that dialog box component and here you can see that a button. Now button means it is indicating how many buttons are there. So here cancel and save button. But here one table is created. Here you can see that. Let me format it and let me just show you. This is inbuilt written code. I did not write it. So here one table is created which has one cancel label, that is this, and button type, that is button type button dot button type equal to standard. If you make it primary, it will look like this, and if you make it standard, it will not look into like button, but you know that when you hover your cursor, it will act as a button. So if you want to change it like that, so you can write it primary. Okay, so here this way it will look. You can add more button if you want to add. So for that, let me just copy that and paste it. So here one more button is added, and let's say here delete button, and here you can set that has border and all these things. So here as many as button you can add as in the dialog box. But here just I am deleting this save button, and I want delete and cancel button, and you can take it as a standard or primary as per your need. So whatever button is displaying here there is one property called buttons of the dialog box control, and inside this you can change it. You can change the color, and you can also change the color of the button and all this thing by clicking on the theme. So here if you just click on the theme and here you can change the color code and everything, so it will look like that. So let's say if I want to convert it into black, so let's say 00000, so you know it will look like a black, that is a white, instead of white box it will look like black. So here I am just adding the white color, and you can change it whatever your selection value. So here you can see that control is added. Then here you can change the title. Title means, you know, when a dialog box appear, it will ask something. So you can change the title. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to delete? You want to delete this record? So here, you know, that title will display like that. Are you sure you want to delete this record? And then here, you know, that is a description. So it is optional. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. So let's say click on delete button to delete, otherwise cancel. Okay, so here this is the description message. Now you can change the height and width of the dialog box control, but I want to keep as it is. So these are the properties of the dialog box control. Now in dialog box control, you know, if you go to the advanced, here some of the actions are there. Now what is the meaning of that on button select? On button select means, let me show you. Let's say when I click on delete, what happen if I click on delete, and what happen if I click on cancel. So this is the thing that is done by the on button select. And on close select means what? When I click on close, what should happen? So that is called on select. Now what I want to do here, you can see that in this, when I click on close, dialog box will disappear, and when I click on this delete button, dialog box will pop up or open. So I need to set the dialog box visible property true and false based on the button selection. So how can I do that? So for that, let me go to that screen design, and let me go to the dialog box control. Now in dialog box control, by default that control should not appear. So that not appear means should not be visible. When I click on the delete button, it can be visible. So here go to the visible property, and here I will write a name of a variable based on which that value can be true and false. So you can take that variable as a global variable or a local variable. But you know, I want to keep this variable only to that particular screen. So I will take the variable update context. So on dialog box visible property, I will set a variable which is responsible for displaying the dialog box or hiding the dialog box. So for that, I want to create one variable. So here, when I click on delete, that should visible. By default, let me keep it as a visible property false, or let's say true. Okay, so it will visible. But when I click on this delete button, okay, let me just click on this delete button. Let me just go to that here. When I click on delete button, what it will do? It will change the value of the visible property of the dialog box. So here I will write update context, go write a round bracket, and inside a round bracket you should write curly bracket and write the name of the variable. Let's say show dialog. And what value you want to give? So let's say I want to give a value true. And when I click on close button, that means you need to go to the dialog control and go to the property called on close select. You need to change the value, that is update context, and it should not be visible. Okay, so here you should set the value false. So show dialog equal to false. Okay, and here when this screen is loaded. So by default it will be not visible. So go to the dialog box visible property, and instead of true just write down show dialog. Okay, now let me just save it and run it. When you click on delete, this dialog box will open. When you click on close, this dialog box disappear. So here you are done with showing the dialog box at the button click event and disappearing or closing the dialog box when the close button is selected. So till now we have done with that. Now what we want to do next? We want to delete the records when the delete button is clicked on show dialog box. Let me show you. When I click on delete button, here this dialog box will open, and here delete button is there. So when I click on delete, the record should be deleted and it will go to the previous screen. So for that, what I need to do, I need to go to the previous screen, and here let me just click on this edit, and here I need to write a navigate to the next screen 2. So it will navigate to the next screen, then go to the screen 2, and here what I should perform when I select a delete, what should I perform when I click on delete. So that thing you should write on the action of on button select. So here there is one action called on button select. Then I will write what happen if cancel button is selected and what will happen if delete button is selected. So I will write with the help of switch function. Inside switch you should write self dot select button dot label equal to, if it is cancel, that is CAN, whatever the text it is there, you should write the same text, cancel. Then what should happen? So it should just navigate back to the screen. Okay, so navigate to screen 1. Otherwise, what will happen? If the self dot select button dot label equal to delete, then what should happen? It should delete the data from the data source. So for that I will write remove function, remove. Then what data I want to remove? So from the employee data set I want to remove which data, which the employee ID is so and so, or which the email ID is so and so. So for that, what I need to do, let me just click on this employee ID. Okay, let me just go to the text box, which not text box but label, which contain the employee ID data. Okay, so here this is the label called label 3. So whatever the text of this label, it should be deleted. So for that I need to just remember this label name, and again go to the dialog box on select switch property, and here you should write lookup. Why? Because from the entire data set I want to search the specific record and then I want to remove it. So I will write lookup. Then from which data set you want to look up and what you want to look up. So let's say employee ID equal to label 1, I think label 3 dot text. Okay, so it will remove like that. Okay, now here it is generating an error. The reason might be like that. Let me just complete the bracket, and here you can see that it is an incompatible type conversion, so it is number. So let me just write email ID, and what is the text, the label that contain email ID, label 8. Okay, so here I will write label 8. Otherwise, if it is numeric and by default you are taking text, then you need to convert it into a number, and then you can delete it. So here it's done. Then after the dialog box should disappear. So you should write update context, then show dialog box value equal to false. and then you should navigate back to the screen. So navigate to the screen 1. Okay, so let's save that, and let me first go to the screen, gallery control screen, and let's say I want to delete the jack record. So when I click on that, here you will see that this is a jack record. When I click on delete, it will ask, are you sure you want to delete it? I just make a spelling mistake, I will correct it. And then when I click on delete, the data is deleted. Okay, the data should be deleted. Let me see that. But data is not deleted. That means the whatever code I have written, that may not matching the condition. So let me go to the dialog box, drop down that, and here make sure that how you have written that. Here you should not write like this in switch condition. I made a mistake. So what you should write? You should write first what value you want to check. So let's say I want to check it with the cancel value. If it is a cancel, then I should navigate to this screen, and here again no need to write the control name. Here you should make sure that if it is delete, then it will remove data from the database and it will navigate to the screen. Okay, in previous I just write the label name, then equal to, and the condition. But here you just write the condition, that what you want to do, then what if the value is cancel, and what if the value is delete. So it will be look like that. So I made a mistake, so it is not coming it properly. Okay, so let me just save it and run it again. Let me just go to jack record again, and let me click on this delete and delete. So it will take some time to delete the record, and you can see that jack data is deleted. Now let's say what if I don't want to delete, and what if I click on the back button. So for that I need to go to the back, and here I should write navigate to the screen 1, and when I click on cancel, nothing should happen. So let me just execute that again and make sure that when I click on cancel, record should not be deleted. So let's say here I am clicking on the pass record, and when I click on delete, it is asking that are you sure you want to delete it. I will correct the spelling, don't worry. And then when I click on cancel, it will navigate back. So record should not be deleted. Okay, so this thing you need to do. Let me just correct the title of the dialog box. Not, I think, yes, title. Are you sure you want to delete it? Okay, let me just go to that here on this property. Are you sure you, here I made a spelling mistake, you want to delete it. So here the spelling mistake is also corrected and it is working fine. So here, this way you can use dialog box component from the creator kit in your Power App. Before ending this video, let me tell you what you have learned from this video. From this video, you have learned how to use dialog box component from the Power App Creator Kit. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as a source of your IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, do not feel hesitate to reach out us. Stay curious, keep learning.